Call Haloy Yahweh, Bahasham Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakodash. This is your fellow servant Taza War back with another lesson. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from whom we learn this truth, and who rule well. All right. Shalom to you, brothers and you sisters, you Akim and you Akwath, who listen and learning. Shalom to you, speckled birds scattered abroad, who look like the other nations, but are indeed of the seed line of Jacob. Right? And to you brothers that are not in GMS, but are preaching and pushing this word in spirit and in truth, to you I say shalom. It's going to be a quick one. I think I'm going to stop saying that, though. Anywho. Previously, I went into false prophets, and I was really getting on the powers that be, all right, and the systems that they had set up, all right, the kings of the earth, and the systems that they had set up, and how they deceived the people, all right, the masses and the Israelites alike, okay, because it's a conglomerate of families that sit at a high place in the earth, okay? And what I mean by that is they sit above government systems, court systems. They sit above countries. They sit above banks and monetary systems, okay? These are extremely powerful families and individuals who are not seen in the public eye, right, very often. And if a member of the family is put in the public eye, it's usually maybe one or two individuals, and they serve as the mouthpiece for that family and the plans that these rulers have on the earth. All right. Again, these rulers are above countries and banks and court systems. Okay. Matter of fact, let's grab Job. The 9. And 24. All right. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. Let's get this in the NLT. The whole earth is in the hands. So like the whole earth is in the hands of the wicked. And God blinds the eyes of the judges. If he is not the one who does it, who is? All right. What NLT is going off. All right. But the top part of that verse is what I wanted. The whole earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right. Here in the KJV, which is the closest translation we have to the Hebrew, it says the wicked covereth the faces of the judges. All right. Not God. So see over here in the NLT, this is why you have to be careful with your translations too, because they inserted that shit. Anyway, the wicked covereth the faces of the judges thereof. All right. And who are the judges? Well, the premier judge is Yahweh, Wah Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right. And Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is the right hand of the Heavenly Father. All right. and that's whom he sends to do his bidding. All right. But the point is, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So those individuals, those families are indeed wicked, and the whole earth is given into their hand. Okay. So let's go back to Daniel 7 and 25. I pulled this verse in the previous lesson. I'm going to get it in the NLT. It says, he will defy the Most High and oppress the holy people of the Most High. He will try to change their sacred festivals and laws, and they will be placed under his control for a time, times, and half a time. All right. And really, it's not just the holy people, man, like I was going into. It's the whole world that's in the hands of these wicked ass individuals. Okay. Now, this was speaking of a particular ruler, okay, in prophecy, but you have to understand that even certain people like presidents and prime ministers, so like things like that, there's somebody pulling the strings behind them too. All right. Let's get Daniel chapter 8. All right. As stated in the previous lesson, I'm gonna have to go and do an in-depth breakdown of Daniel 7 and link that with Daniel 11. All right. But this I'm gonna start at 21 actually. The shaggy male goat represents, this is in the NLT again. Okay, Daniel chapter 8, 21. The shaggy male goat represents the king of Greece. And the large horn between his eyes represents the first king of the Greek Empire. All right. Okay, where it says right here in the KJV, the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. All right. Now, the first king over Greece was Alexander. Okay, but like I said, we're gonna go back into depth and give you a proper breakdown of Daniel 7 and 11, both of those chapters at a later date. Salakia, hold on. Hey, Salakia, I was trying to figure out how to turn them notifications off. I can't figure that out. But anyway, those breakdowns are coming at a later date. But what I really wanted to grab out of Daniel chapter 8, we will let's go to 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. All right. Now, in the latter time of their kingdom, okay, because remember, this Greco-Roman system came into power after Alexander, and that actually marked the time of the Edomites coming into rulership, and those families have been into power ever since. Okay, so we are now in the latter time of their kingdom. Okay, so 24, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. All right. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. All right. Let's get that in the NLT. It says, he will become very strong, but not by his own power, because it was given into his hand, as I read to you out of in Job, the 9th chapter. All right. He will cause a shocking amount of destruction and succeed in everything he does. This means, all right, this means that, yeah, he will have success in this MOTB. All right. So the things that he set out to accomplish, oh, he gonna get them done. He gonna get them done. Okay. But it won't be by his own power. That power is given unto him, and he will only be able to accomplish those things for the sake of prophecy. Okay, not because he's some great individual or anything like that. He will destroy powerful leaders and devastate the holy people. All right, which he has done. And he has destroyed powerful leaders. And any leader that comes up against this man, you know, and his policies have somehow come up missing, ended up dead, had some type of freak accident, you know. And we see shit like this with rulers that have rulers of other countries that don't want to play by his rules. Okay? Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi are just a couple examples. Now, verse 25. This is the point. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. All right? Don't the scriptures talk about how prideful this motherfucker is? Yes, it does. And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes. All right? And we know who that is, Yahweh Shai. All right? And the heavenly hosts. All right? You could even say, if that's talking about the Archangel Michael, you know, that's still talking about Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is over the Archangel Michael. And it says that Yahweh Shai will return with Michael the Archangel. Okay? But he shall be broken without hand. Okay? Well, let's see what it say right here in the NLT. I liked how they broke this down. Verse 25. He will be a master of deception and will become arrogant. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, O that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. All right? He will destroy many without warning. He will even take on the prince of princes in battle. But he will not, Salakia, but he will be broken, though not by human power. You understand? Okay? That's how come we know that it's talking about the heavenly angels. All right, starting with Yahweh Shai on down to the heavenly host, which it says Yahweh Shai will return with ten thousands, thousands, and thousands of angels. All right. So anyway, and that's not human power, man. That's heavenly power. That's angelic power. All right. And Michael gonna be the archangel right up under Yahweh Shai when he returns to come to beat this place into powder. All right. Now, this part right here, be a master of deception. Okay. Well, like I said in the previous lesson, these rulers tell everybody through predictive programming and all that shit. And they talk about all of the possibilities, right, that can be done with the new technology that's being rolled out. Okay, like with these brain chips. Okay, oh, we can heal people and restore sight to the blind and make a man that's been paralyzed walk and all that. Well, they trying to do the same miracles that Yahweh Shai did, right? Trying to perform those same miracles. Okay, but guess what? That's not the main reason that they're going to be using those chips. They're going to be using those chips along with the other ones that go in your hand, all right, to keep track of people, to change your DNA, all right, because through this they can administer all types of different medication, and the medications that they give you will react differently based on the nanos and stuff that's in there and the frequencies and shit that they can program them to work with the implant. Okay, so yes, they will be literally changing the DNA of people. Okay, and just so you can understand, you have the power as an individual to change your own DNA based on what you put in your body. So your diet and things like that literally have an effect on your DNA. All right. If you can receive that, I don't want to get too, high into the science and all of that shit, but there was a reason why the Heavenly Father gave us a dietary law. All right. And anyway, if you have an abnormal cell, right, or a cancerous cell, or too many free radicals in your body, that impacts your DNA. So when you become sick, your DNA's changed. It's really that simple. But they have way more devious and sinister plans, all right, for the human race. Anyway, it says right here in the NLT again, he will be a master of deception and will be arrogant. He will destroy many people without warning because he's going to trick you. All right. It says he's a master of deception. Did not the serpent beguile Eve? All the way back in the garden? Well, that serpent is now a full-on red fucking dragon, yo. As talked about in the book of Revelation. Okay? And those same spirits are back in the earth. And those same wicked ass spirits reside in a particular group of people who worship the left hand side, all right, which is the wickedness. All right, the left hand side are the evils. And they tap into that power via the spiritual demon Satan. All right. Whereas us as Israelites, we are opposite to that. We are contrary to that. All right. So we supposed to be tapping into the right hand side, the righteousness. all right, which is on the right hand side of the Heavenly Father, through the entity that sits on the right hand side of the Heavenly Father, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. All right. Anyway, let's get another one. So these people are wicked as fuck. All right. Revelation 13. And 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. All right. Whose deadly wound was healed. All right. And many of the people don't even realize they worshiping this beast. Some do. A lot do. And don't give a damn. Many don't in their ignorance. What I just read to you out of Daniel chapter 8 and 25, right? He was a master of deception. Right? Because he has to deceive you into taking this thing willingly. Okay? 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. What's the fire that's coming down from heaven? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. All right. They come out the earth, out of those silos, out the silos, shoot up, and that rocket propel their ass. And then the front part of that, which is the warhead, the tip, which bringeth the fire, right? And maketh the fire come down from heaven, because they're flying through the sky. All right. The skies, and you can get this out of Genesis. All right. The sky and the firmament are considered the heavens. All right. That's the first layer of the heavens. All right. And he bringeth fire down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. This is why nobody wants to oppose him. All right. This is why they worship him. Verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means, Salakia, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right. Let's get this in the NLT. Start back at 12. All right. It says, and he exercised all the authority of the first beast, and he required all the earth and its people to worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed. All right. The first beast is the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. Which was healed. And here we have, so you can understand, like the Neo-Greco-Roman, that's not a term that's used, but essentially that's what it is. All right. It's the Greco-Roman system still. All right. Even in the schools, they tell you that civilization started with the Greeks. And then they lead you all the way up into world history and Western civilizations and all that shit. If you had to take that in school. All right. (13) in the NLT. He did astounding miracles, even making fire flash down to earth from the sky while everyone was watching. Well, how was they watching? They got that shit on camera with the drones. They got pictures of people, of buildings being blown up, atomic bombs, right, going off. All right. 14. And with all the miracles he was allowed to perform, you see that right there? And with all the miracles he was allowed to perform. That means the Heavenly Father gave it to him. That's why I took you to Job chapter 9. All right. He was allowed to perform these miracles on behalf of the first beast, right? Which was revived. He deceived all the people who belong to this world. Didn't I just read to you he was a master of deception? In Daniel chapter 8 and 25 in the NLT. He deceived all the people who belong to this world. All right. Why? Because the nations, all right, the other nations and the 2/3 whom the Lord don't want, they belong to this world. But the elect are not of this world. All right. Just like Yahweh Shai said when he came on the scene, if this was my kingdom, then we would fight. Right. But Yahweh Shai, whom you ignorantly call Jesus, he said, this isn't his kingdom. This is not his world. Right. Though he created it, meaning this is not his rulership. All right. So all the people who belong to this world, who the height of your existence and the height of your lives, because we all come back in different incarnations. All right. Belong to this world. Okay. Not the world that shall come after, which is the kingdom of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right. The kingdom of Yahweh under the authority of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, with King David sitting on the throne as the overseer of Israel, on down with the other 12 disciples and their elect men. They shall oversee the entire planet, man. All right. He ordered the people to make a statue of the first beast who was fatally wounded and then came back to life. The first beast is, again, the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. Now, did they literally make a statue? No. All right. Here in the KJV, it says, I'm going to start at the top. This is Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, right, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Well, you know what we finna do? We're going to do a couple things. We're going to pull up 2 words. Let's get... All right, bet. Let's get, you know what? Let's get image first. Right here. G1504. Right? Icon. Right? That's where icon come from. How they say it?
Strong's G1504. Icon. Icon.
Icon. All right, icon. Right? What it say? An image, figure, likeness, an image of the things, the heavenly things, use of the moral likeness of renewed men to God, right? Or to power. Or that could even be, since it's used as the moral likeness, that means any moral likeness. All right? Even them wicked motherfuckers that's following behind Satan. All right? The image of the Son of God, into which true Christians are transformed, is likeness not only to the heavenly body, but also to the most holy and blessed state of mind. All right? Which Hamashiach possesses. This is what we want down here at the bottom. The image of one, right? One in whom the likeness of anyone is seen. Right here. Applied to man on account of his power of command. You see that? Applied to man on account of his power of command. Okay, so that's what it's talking about when it say likeness. The power of this man's command. All right, that's what they're forcing people to worship. Okay? And how can we back that up? Keep this in mind. Applied to man on account of his power of command. But you know what else we're going to do? Let's get the root word right here. Ico, right? A root word. To be like, right here. What it say? Root word. Perhaps akin to, through the idea of, faintness, as a copy. All right? To be like. All right? That's the image. To be like, to be a copy of the power that this man has, or his command. Okay? Let's go back to this one. Just another root word. Ico again. A root word. To yield. All right? To give place. So you have to yield yourself. You have to give over yourself to this man. Right? That's what it's going into. The image. Okay? Now let's get this. Beast. Therion. Right? Therion. An animal. A wild animal, wild beast. Metaphor. A brutal, bestial man. A savage. Ferocious. All right? So you have to give yourself over to the command of this brutal, bestial savage. That's what it's saying to you in this verse. In Revelation 13 and 14. All right? That's the breakdown. He did all those miracles, and then it says what? Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image. All right, remember what we said. That image goes into a copy, right, of a man's power, authority, or command to the beast. All right? This brutal, bestial, ferocious man. That's what it's saying. And his system. All right? Because we know the beast is actually referring to the system itself, not an individual. Okay? This governing body, this rulership, the kingdom, his kingdom. All right? Salakia. And the ways thereof. So you can understand. This is why when these motherfuckers fly around in they F-34s, the F-35s, whatever the fuck they got, and they drop them bombs on people, right? Which we've all seen. So he maketh fire, right here in verse 13, he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. He does that against what? To people that don't play ball. They don't deal with his policies. You understand? All right. Anyway, that's just some more food for thought. So, like I was saying, these some wicked people in power at the top. Okay, because again, it's a conglomerate of families that sit above nations, banks, and court systems. Okay? Because if it's a World Economic Forum, it's a World Health Organization, where the world police at? Where the world judicial system, huh? Remember that movie Team America back in the day? They was the world police, right? In that little film. Well, we know that they on a leash, right? Yeah, we know they on a leash. But every now and then they get let off the leash. Or sometimes they break free because they, America kind of do what the fuck they want to do. But again, that's another something to think about. Well, if they got all these forums and stuff and these world organizations, where is the world governing system, right? The whole like people accountable for war crimes and extreme travesties and shit that happen against humanity. They don't worry themselves with that stuff. They just let the countries that those individuals belong to or have citizenship to handle that, right? Anyway, let me chill out before they fucking clip this video. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. Wake up, Israel. Kwame Yasharala.